Good afternoon, Dan Decker here. It is currently March 12th, 2025, and I'm recording my podcast one day earlier than I typically do, primarily because the Good Client is on sale today for half off. Normally, I believe it's $4.99. Right now, it's on sale for $2.49. So I thought I'd do my podcast today and send it out. So if there's anybody out there who hasn't yet had an opportunity to read The Good Client and was looking for a good opportunity to get into it, now is your chance. But there's also more. The Victim's Wife is also currently on sale as well, and this sale lasts all month, I believe. The Good Client is only on sale for today, but The Victim's Wife lasts all month, and it's also on sale for $2.49 as well. So if there's anybody out there who is listening to this who has not yet had an opportunity to check out The Good Client or The Victim's Wife, this is a good opportunity for you to go ahead and pick them both up. Anyhow, on to my writing update. I was out of the office a little bit within the last week, not too much, but I still managed to get a lot done. Jason Maxfield #4 is still cracking along. I just finished a major revision / draft last week. A large part of what I was doing was just kind of removing a lot of elements that weren't going to go anywhere in the story and trying to get the manuscript down to a more reasonable size. As I mentioned last week, the manuscript previously was about 170,000 words sometime last year. When I picked it up, it was about 150,000 really, somewhere in there. And now it's down to right around about 122,000. So that's a good place for it to be. It's going to fluctuate a little bit, but really happy where it's going. I've also mentioned in the past, I believe, that Jason Maxfield is coming back to Chicago, and he's looking for the truth about what really happened to him. First, it got him sent to prison in the first time, and second, kind of who was behind it. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this story. There's some good personal elements to this as well. For those of you that are anxious to get some updates on Jason's personal life with his ex-wife and daughter, they're also going to be a factor in this story as well. But of course, I'm not going to give any spoilers about what's going to happen. Audrey Spencer #2 is coming along just fine. Really pleased with the progress there. Not a lot to say about it at this point, other than the fact that I'm really happy with how the story's coming. It's kind of a twisty story, which I think a lot of my stories end up kind of being that way. I don't know that I ever really set out to write twists. Sometimes I consciously do, I guess, but a lot of times I just make a twist as I go, and then I come back to it and think, well, do I like this? Do I want to keep it? And so far, that's already happening with Audrey Spencer, so that's good. The last thing I wanted to mention is that there is merchandise available, specifically Mitch Turner merchandise available over on my website. I sell it through Spring, which is kind of like TeePublic, just a competitor of theirs. The reason why I went with Spring instead of TeePublic was primarily because they sell hats, and I'm kind of a big hat guy. Kind of a funny story. I wasn't a big hat guy until I started losing hair, but now if I'm outside, I'm usually wearing a hat of some sort. And one of the things I wanted to be able to sell for merchandise purposes were Mitch Turner hats. So I have a couple options there. If anybody out there is interested, you should go and take a look and tell me what you think. If you have any ideas for other merchandise you'd like to see, send me an email and I'll see what I can do about getting that done. There are also some mugs available there as well. Anyhow, that's it for this week. I need to get back to working on Jason Maxfield, so I hope everybody has a great week.